And I sit and I saw the beautiful presentation. I hear the beautiful excuses. And I sit here not only as a parliamentarian, but also as the former Minister of Justice and acting Minister of Education, Culture, Youth and Sports that sat in the Marcelina I cabinet. To you, Mr. Chair, the Honorable Prime Minister has a reputation of meddling in everyone's ministry. Because the Honorable Prime Minister, through you, Mr. Chair, to me, is a superhuman, could get everything done in everyone else's ministry. But today, again, we are standing here with the fire department and the ambulance department. And by extension, I see here my police colleague. Because I also know when the Honorable Prime Minister was in the police station several times, and my colleagues tell me the Prime Minister is here asking us, what can I do for you? How I'm going to get your stuff fixed? I'm going to do this and do that. But within his own ministry, we cannot seem to get the fire department in order. Through you, Mr. Chairman, to the Prime Minister, while I thank you again for the presentation, I would like to say this. The Prime Minister, and by extension, the Council of Ministers, is called the execution branch. Mr. Chairman, I am tired of all these presentations that has no type of execution for the betterment of the people of this country. Today, regarding the fire and ambulance and justice departments. Mr. Chairman, the Prime Minister mentioned that the management approved the function book. I understood that the individual, I wouldn't call your name now, who drafted it, did this without the knowledge or input by the fire chief. I also learned that the firefighters were never given the opportunity to have an insight on the draft function book for review. Through you, Mr. Chairman, can the Prime Minister confirm if the fire chief had the opportunity to review the draft function book? Through you, Mr. Chairman, can the Prime Minister indicate who all worked on this function book, seeing the information gathered that the firefighters was not involved? I'm not talking about this year. This is reference to the years 2021, 2023, and 2024. I've listened to all about the commitment terms. Again, when you choose to become the Prime Minister of this country or a minister, your job is to put your money where your mouth is. Let's stop playing games with the people. I am not here to be educated about what is going on within my country because I know it.
One moment, MP. I see MP Roseburg would like the floor for interruption. MP Roseburg, you have the floor.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I don't know if it's on. Yes. Seeing what was brought forward by a previous MP in regards to the chief of the fire department not being involved, could the Prime Minister, through you, Mr. Chair, explain the process, how that goes, how the process goes in explaining the procedure, if it goes to the chief fire department, or does it need to go to the union, just to explain the public for clarity's sake? Thank you.
Thank you, MP Roseburg. I believe the Prime Minister has taken note of that. MP Lewis, you may continue.
Mr. Chairman, I thought I was being interrupted. But we make certain decisions in a country because we are all leaders in this country. And we all understand that the highest body is Parliament, and we as parliamentarians are supposed to hold Minister, Prime Minister, by extension, accountable for their actions. And again, November 26 will be a year that this cabinet exists. The Prime Minister is here from the 3rd of May, from the first cabinet to the second cabinet. And I'm tired of seeing ribbons being cut. I'm tired of hearing commitments. And I would like to see execution. As again I mentioned, this is the execution branch to you, Mr. Chair, to the Prime Minister, and by extension to the Minister of Public Health, and by extension to the Minister of Justice as well, who's not here today, which I also find is a blatant disrespect. Because when the union stand in solidarity with its people, and across the board, the different unions that represent the different civil servants in this country, where is the solidarity with the cabinet of Marcelina II? Where is the solidarity with the Minister of Justice, where we can also see that nothing much isn't going on in this country when it comes not only to public safety, but also to the betterment and the upkeep of the departments within the Ministry of Justice? I stand here too, not only as a representative of this country, but as a civil servant on a leave of absence. Meaning tomorrow, if I'm not elected, I have to go back into the civil service, into this mess that is continuously being created and everything being piled up. Honorable Chair, I'm asking through your indulgence that we really put pressure on this government to start executing on the people's behalf. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Why are we here today? The Prime Minister eloquently and tirelessly said about 7 times, I counted them, in his presentation that he inherited this situation. By the Prime Minister saying that, it made me wonder if the Prime Minister even understands why we are here today. I say why because I saw an explanation in a presentation, a very good presentation actually, explaining the chronological order of all why things haven't been done or things are still being done. But that is not the reason why we are here today. Because I can remember when the unions stormed a prior meeting to where they got their audience with the Parliament, the Prime Minister sat right there in the tribune. And if the Prime Minister paid attention that day, the union spoke not on what has been happening and not been happening, but how, meaning the disrespect they have been experiencing. And Prime Minister, to you, Mr. Chairman, I am not here today to beat you up. I am here today to hopefully open your eyes to a few things. So I would like your attention to you, Mr. Chairman, to the following. As I said, this problem, or this situation, is a better part of the last 2 decades. This is not a problem of today. So the Prime Minister did not cause the problem, but I explain why we are here today, and I can say the Prime Minister spurred it. In a letter that the Prime Minister, to you, Mr. Chairman, displayed today, he discussed 4 points. And I'll read them. Point number 1, a commitment letter. In my letter of October 24, 2025, I clearly addressed the matters referenced in the draft commitment letter attached to your correspondence received on November 4, 2025. Therefore, there is no justification for signing an additional commitment letter on the subject. Point number 2, placement process. Consistent with my letter on October 24, 2025, the placement process will proceed and will begin shortly. A national decree establishing the placement and objection committees is currently being finalized. The Department of P&O will shortly brief all relevant staff and on the procedures and will provide support throughout the process. Point number 3, retroactive payment. I will reiterate that the placement process will also include a claim process for those members eligible for retroactive payments as stated in my letter dated October 24th. Function book, point number 4, your letter on October 9, 2025 acknowledged the existing agreement within the CCSU framework to revisit the function book within 3 years. My correspondence of October 24, 2025 acknowledged the confirmation of this existing agreement as it is already formally recognized and as such will be addressed. This is a letter that was sent from the Prime Minister's office to the union on November 5th, 2025. Here we have it. Nice letter with a letterhead, paraph, stamp, signature of the Prime Minister. So one would think, or one would ask, after reading such a letter, because that was my initial thought as well, what is the problem? What is the problem? Everything that is being asked has been addressed in these 4 points. So why are we here today? Yet we are here today with an elaborate explanation, not addressing this matter, but still asking the point, why are we here today? One would question, after receiving such a letter, why would a union or any body, at that matter of fact, question it? It simply comes down, if you really sit down, you don't need no committee, Mr. Chairman, you don't need no legal advisors, you don't need legal scholars. At the end of the day, it comes down to a question of trust. Does the union, or do the union, members of the union, trust the Prime Minister to fulfill these commitments? Because we're back and forth talking about the commitment letter versus the letter from the Prime Minister. So I wondered as well, why with such a letter will people still question what is on it? And the reason I said this is not caused, the reason why we're here today is not caused by the Prime Minister, but it was spurred by the Prime Minister. Why? Because history has a tendency of repeating itself. And I would believe and I would think that the union is trying, or anyone during this back and forth is trying to avoid that. Because here we have a letter with a letterhead and a stamp and a signature. But here I have the same thing. We're going back in time. This is 2025 from the Prime Minister, the highest body in the country. And this is another letter from the highest body in the country in 2003, the then Lieutenant Governor. Same thing, letterhead, signature, and stamp by the then Lieutenant Governor. And here, they speak of 3 points. And towards the end of the letter, they said this memorandum will be governed by the laws of the Netherlands Antilles, because we were in Antilles at the time, and will inure to the benefit of and be binding upon parties. In the event of any disputes or conflicts will arise, parties will seek to a common solution by discussing the issues with one another. This is what I meant with this is a problem not of today, but of 2 decades.
Are you SXM insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXM is cardless. Request your My SXM account today and enter the virtual office of SXM. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXM, yeah, your social health insurances.
24/7 TV programming on www.stmartinmediacenter.com, SXM Daily News, PBS NewsHour, Now You Know, com programs, documentary, entertainment, sports events, Saturday children's hours, religion programs, and movies. Click on SXM TV broadcast to see your favorite programs.
St. Martin, as heavy rain falls across our region, we urge all residents and visitors to exercise caution and stay alert. Here are the areas prone to street flooding, flash floods, and/or rock slides. Avoid these locations until water levels subside. Atillage Road Roundabout, Cul-de-Sac. Arch Road, Sucker Garden. Beacon Hill Road, Simpson Bay. Atillage Road, Border Monument, Belvedere, Lower Princess Quarter. Billy Folly Road, Coal Bay. Emma Plain, Phillipsburg. L.B. Scott Road, Cul-de-Sac. Rhine Road, Lowlands. Welhelican Road, Low K Roundabout, Cahill, Little Bay. Well Road, Wellington Road, and Orange Grove Road, Coal Bay. Yancho Rousquin Boulevard, Point Blanche, and Sakersgut Road, Cul-de-Sac. Remember, safety comes first. Let's work together to keep our community safe. This public service announcement is brought to you by the Department of Communication.
We are here today, and the goal was achieved. I think the government needed a little waking up to realize what was actually happening. The stages of go slow, in my opinion, were taken a little lightly, to you, Mr. Chairman. That is why, even though I am fully aware that a full shutdown can never be accepted or even promoted by any one of the union leaders, it got the attention that it needed. Every newspaper, social media, everyone was talking about the crazy La Cruz say shut down the country. We are here today. And then we come and we get two presentations. And I take the first presentation of the Honorable Prime Minister, and I see I did. But we are still here. And then I see a presentation from the Minister of VSR. And I turn and I look at those in the Tribune, and I see them shaking their heads. So where is the disconnect in one government? Why did we have to reach here to get a mediator while the Minister of VSR did that right away? Hey, this is a little too much, I can't figure it out, whatever. We're not getting through, let's get this done. Let's put somebody in between. That is what I had expected from the beginning. If you can't figure it out, don't have a problem saying, it's too much, I can't figure it out. Let's get somebody neutral in between to make it happen. And what I'm missing, and my fellow colleague mentioned it, the financial part of it. And I say to the Minister of VSR, thank you for giving them some things, the ambulance. But oh wait, if I don't see it in the budget, the rest that is needed, that budget amendment better come tight, because there's no way any one of us on this side would have accepted to come to work every day with one shirt and one pants, or two shirts and two pants and have to go home and wash. That would not be acceptable. Dealing with people with illnesses, viruses, blood, unacceptable. We find money for everything else. We find money for Soul Beach. We find money for street lights. We find money to carry up our GB by putting up nice lights. We find money for roundabout decorations that was already in place. We find money for everything except what is important. And I am starting, through you, Mr. Chairman, to feel like the little black sheep, the one that always have to make the noise. But come on, we could do better. We can do better. And they see no show, none of that is just extremely tiring. No one on that side enjoys being here. Not one person. We could make it happen. And I've said it more than once before, if the government can't figure it out, call a closed-door meeting with the members of parliament. You literally have on this side everyone that has experience in and on that side. So call on the members of parliament before it becomes a problem, so we could help you solve the problem. And most of us have received calls and messages from some other ministers when it comes to things, and things work out perfectly, and you could see today. Mr. Chairman, through you, has any one of these discussions taken place with the Minister of Finance? And if they have, could we get a copy of it? Could we see exactly on paper, so we are also informed and comfortable that when we hear someone from that side say, hey, we see this, we could tell them, yes, we could back you and show that we got it. But when we don't hear it, we don't see it, we have no choice but to believe that on that side, what is coming on this side is fibs. My colleague asked for the financial page. Again, we'd like to see a copy of that. But what I would also like to see, what would be the financial impact with a budget with no revenue generating measures. Please don't come to us with a new tax to tax the poor people.
Before the Prime Minister goes to his closing remarks, I would like to bring and interrupt the Prime Minister. I don't think it should ever be the case, Mr. Chair, through you, that any member of Parliament can use a shutdown to instill fear in the people seeing our positions as members of Parliament. So I would like us to consider that in the future, because also the fire workers and the ambulance can take that into consideration because a member of Parliament said that. That being said, before we close off this meeting, Mr. Chair, I think the key question of the day should be, and I would like the Prime Minister through you to answer that question. We are currently here. It has been presented that 4 mediators have been selected and that the union can choose out of these mediators, or that the union can choose one of those mediators. So that being said, I find it very unfortunate if we close off this meeting without clarity where we stand currently, if a mediator has been selected, and how we will move forward in the short term, seeing the urgency of the matter, if that can be answered through the Prime Minister. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Before you start, I see MP Lewis would like the floor for interruption. MP Lewis, you have the floor.
Mr. Chairman, I could understand when we all sit here, collectively we are members of Parliament. But when you have somebody that's part of the coalition trying to belittle this system, I have a problem. She needs to understand, through you, Mr. Chair, the Honorable MP, through you, Mr. Chair, sometimes that does get very emotional. I am a representative of the people of this country. So when you come here, you have to represent the people of this country. Talking about a shutdown or not, we have to get attention to this government, like I said, that is very complacent and that is doing absolutely nothing for these people. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman, I find it very ironic that the concerns of the MP Roseberg comes up after the adjournment when we had the opportunity to speak. You even gave even more time when MP Adi was coming in to speak. So it just seems like a game in terms of protecting the Prime Minister instead of actual genuine concerns. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
MP Roseberg? Yes.
Please.
At the moment, we are standing that we sent a letter to the WICSU PSU with a proposal of 4, I think, respectable candidates that can be chosen out to become a mediator for us to, as soon as possible, solve this problem. And also in the letter of the 12th, I proposed that even if they disagree with the 4 that I proposed, there is a possibility that they can also propose a candidate. And in bipartite consent, we can move forward to get this problem solved. So actually, on the answer, I'm awaiting on the reaction of the WICSU PSU for us to move forward with a mediator. Secondly, Mr. Chair, I'm proposing for us to, because there are some technical questions that has been posed, if there is a possibility that I can synchronize with my agenda and see if I can come back as soon as possible for us to give answers to the questions.
Mr. Chairman, I caught on to the game that my colleague was trying to play. And now the Honorable Prime Minister is trying to leave on the note that I did what I had to do and now we're waiting on the union. So the hold up is the union. Honorable Mr. Chair, all of the commitment talks went out today. If we were so committed, we would have signed a commitment letter. Point blank, period. So the narrative will not be spun as if I did what I need to do and now we're waiting on the unions. Games, leave it outside the door. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Seeing the schedule from the House of Parliament and also the Council of Ministers, we will touch base to ensure that this meeting will continue the shortest possible period in time. Meeting adjourned until further notice.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXV, yeah, your social health insurances.
24/7 TV programming on www.stmartinmediacenter.com. SXM Daily News.
You know, we all talk about having rights. And yeah, we do.
We have the right to be safe.
The right to learn and get an education.
The right to speak up and be heard.
The right to dream big and build our future.
But listen, rights don't stand alone.
We also have responsibilities.
Real talk, if we want respect, we gotta give respect too.
St. Martin is our home.
So let's protect it. keep our beaches clean, our streets clean, and show love to nature.
Healthy island, healthy future.
Our parents and guardians do a lot for us.
Let's show respect, talk to them, and listen, even when it's hard.
School prepares us for life.
So we show up, we stay focused, and we put in effort.
We want opportunities, so we work for them.
We are part of this community, every village, every culture, every neighborhood.
Let's be kind, positive, and supportive.
A stronger community starts with us.
And most importantly, we are responsible for ourselves.
We make healthy choices for our mind and body.
We believe in our goals and our voice and our future.
Our rights give us power, our responsibilities make us leaders. Together we rise.
The Convention of the Rights of the Child isn't just a policy, it's protection and responsibility. When our children learn their rights, they are better prepared to take on their responsibility. This public service announcement is brought to you by the Department of Youth.